Now, these are the containers I use to do my composting. They're 20-gallon Rubbermaid trash cans you can find at Home Depot or Lowe's or probably a few other places. But they're cheap. They're maybe $12, and I drill. I think those are 1/2-inch holes around the bottom and top to let liquids drain out. And I have 4 of them. I usually probably fill up 2 a year. You can see down here in the south, earthworms just can't handle the heat, but we do have black soldier flies, which can handle the heat really well. You can see them in here. It's kind of gross, but they can't harm you, and they turn into these almost wasp-looking flies that kind of buzz around, but they can't sting or cause any harm. There's one right there, actually. But man, can they go through a lot of compost. I'll show you. This is some of the compost we keep in the kitchen. We keep 2 containers, which I think is a good system because one's always full and waiting for someone to take out. It's always full of veggie scraps and coffee grinds and eggshells, and there's a cucumber that we let sit too long. So that's a good amount, and I'll try to come back in exactly 1 week and show you the progress. Today's Tuesday the 19th, so yeah, I can just keep filling this one probably for 6 months until I cap it off and let it rest, and then it'll turn into a pretty rich compost that over in the fall I'll spread in the garden and let sit for a few months undisturbed and let nature do its magic, and the veggies will love that come spring. So as I said, I like to have 2 containers in the house for compost because one's always either full or you possibly need to if you're doing something heavy with vegetables, or one's full and one's outside and you need an extra one. Even 3 would be better, but I like this 2-gallon bucket size. I'll show you how I do that. I actually line this with, this is a local paper, so find one of these non-glossy local papers and get a few for yourself. And I like to make like a liner in there. It just helps with cleaning this if you put something that has a little more liquid. And so we have the bowl on the counter that we use, if you're just chopping vegetables and you need quick access. And then we also have this 2 little slide out drawer where we have our trash that's kind of plastics, non-burnables, non-compostables. And this goes in the slot right in front of it with the lid. So if this one fills up, we can use this one, or if we have company and we don't want them to see our coffee grinds and vegetable scraps, you can just put that in there like that. It works really well, and we put all vegetable scraps, put paper towels. Here's some paper towels and veggies and leftovers. Everything's going to go in there. And even meat we put in. I'm not sure how well that would work in the north, but with the soldier fly larvae, they'll clean up an entire, chicken bones, everything, and clean it up real quick, and you won't have smells or anything. So that's it. This is how I get rid of all my paper. I'm probably the only person in the world that enjoys getting junk mail, because after I collect this whole bin full of paper, anything that will burn, and cardboard boxes, all the stuff from, probably have to do it every 2 or 3 weeks. I just burn it, kind of use it as a weed or stump control to keep brush down on the borders of my property or anywhere I want to clear some land. So I just bought maybe 12 feet of this inch-by-inch mesh and made a burn ring so nothing can blow out and escape. I still like to keep a hose or a watering can handy, but if you take your time and don't come out on a super windy day, there won't be any issues. But yeah, it works really good, and I get to add all this paper to my soil and get to read through all your junk mail or magazines, articles that you might have missed during the 20 minutes or so you're out here. It's kind of peaceful. Here's a spot I burned maybe 6 or 7 weeks ago to burn out a stump that was starting to grow back. And here's a spot that I did probably 12 or more weeks ago. So you can see the ashes kind of just get turned into the soil and the grass and other things start to come back. But it's a good way to get rid of persistent weeds or trees or anything like that that's keeps coming back. So as promised, it's been exactly 1 week since last Tuesday when I put that load of veggies and compost materials in, and here you go. It's almost completely gone, ready for new material. And here's you can see these little soldier fly larvae going wild in there. Sometimes I'll just get some sort of scoop and scoop them up and give them to the chickens. It's like candy for them. So I had another week or more's worth of veggie scraps and kitchen scraps to add to it, and that's the process. Add more and repeat, and like I said, each one will probably last 6 months, and you can add as many as you want.